I support my brother, Solomon Hill, baby. He was just out there playing defense. It ain't his fault LeBron can't move his feet.
Hi, I'm Carcino.
Oh, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
No one knows Carcino and none of these.
There's so much going on in the world, and I'm just giving my 2 cents on it. Go in and do a raid at someone's house, but you don't have an arrest warrant for them. Woo! What's up, good people? Good people, what's up? There is a major flaw that's taking place here. I have no idea what has happened to people, their brain cells, what is transpired, but it is not a good thing out here, and it is a mess. Now, let me come in and tell you what's actually happening. LeBron James is neutralizing NBA coaches. Yes, he is absolutely doing so. And it's not even funny. What he's allowed to do is against the union. Did you know the NBA has the NBA Coaches Union, right? Which is led by Rick Carlisle from the Indiana Pacers. One of the reasons Rick Carlisle keeps a coaching job is that he's president of the NBA Coaches Union. Crazy, isn't it? Now, the coaches have meetings. They have Zoom calls. Even during the NBA Finals, the coaches keep in contact with one another. A lot of them are disturbed about what happened with Darvin Ham. Darvin Ham is loved by the coaches in the league. And this behavior goes all the way out and all the way around this huge carousel that seems to be surfacing around LeBron James. Now, we have 2 major situations that has hit the horizon. Seriously, LeBron James is behind the scenes pulling all the strings to his media pundits that work for Clutch Sports. What a coincidence that those are the guys that are out here spewing the nonsense LeBron James want you to believe. It's always been him, no matter how much they try to spin it. And I'm not hiding, bro. As you see, I'm supporting my brother Solomon Hill. He was just playing good defense. It ain't his fault LeBron can't move his feet. As you can see, right? I support my brother Solomon Hill, baby. He was just out there playing defense. It ain't his fault LeBron can't move his feet. It's not his fault, LeBron. You couldn't move your feet. But just to show my face, let you know I'm not running for you, bro. No. Now, the gist of this situation is LeBron James is back in the pressure cooker. Because the coaches are tired of this player having the narrative to pull all these strings and everyone and playing with people's lives. To the fact that the media is leaking false information, trying to say it wasn't LeBron. It was Anthony Davis. That's what these clutch media pundits are trying to do, saying Anthony Davis was the real one. It wasn't really LeBron. Anything that tarnishes LeBron's name cannot exist. And that's why these people they're putting an anchor and trying to pull the NBA back when the NBA is moving forward. Fine. I mean, fine. There has been no problem with the NBA moving forward. Everybody's liking all the young players in the playoffs and all the new faces. And if NBA is doing something that's actually good, and now you guys want to pull it back to the 39-year-old. We got to pull it back to LeBron. Don't forget him. Why? We don't need him. We do not need him. The game does not need him. So what you didn't know that transpired is that when Ime Udoka was on the sideline coaching his team, he never addressed any words to LeBron James. Not one word. He was talking and coaching to his team. LeBron James didn't like the way he was described and the words that he used to describe LeBron. So he decided to walk up to a head coach and start yapping at the head coach. This was something that was brought up in the meeting when Rick Carlisle was describing LeBron James's torrent influence on coaches. Oh, yeah. Now, all of these things were brought to the forefront because you see there's so many of you who don't seem to get it and don't understand that this is part of a bigger umbrella. Because this is happening in real time. Jenny Buss talked to Magic Johnson about who they should get to coach LeBron. Magic Johnson said, well, it's hard to have somebody coach LeBron because he already know everything. Why don't you make him a player coach? Kareem Abdul-Jabbar didn't like the way LeBron James treated coaches in general. He didn't like LeBron's attitude, period. He felt he was disrespectful to the players of the past and really could care less about having anything to do with him. They basically forced him and paid him to show up to hand him that ball. They have no relationship. And LeBron knows that. Kareem doesn't like him. He tried to get Spo fired when he was in Miami. Coach Spo, Bron tried to get fired. Doug Black, he ain't even probably, his green card is not even valid no more. I don't think he's been in the United States since. Pat Riley was the only one to stand up to him and say, no, you don't get that. Coach Mike Brown was the only guy that could coach LeBron early on because They're told to handle him like a child. Handle him with kid gloves. Coach Brown don't get to coach the way he coached the Kings. He yelled, jump up, scream, come on. He get all excited. Mike Brown never did that. Not with LeBron. And when they kept losing in the playoffs to the Boston Celtics, who did he blame? Mike Brown. And when he left Miami to come back to Cleveland, Mike Brown just so happened to have the coaching job. And they had no idea LeBron was going to come back, or they wouldn't have hired Mike Brown, because LeBron don't want to play with Mike Brown. So Cleveland had to let Mike Brown go. Rick Carlisle, being the president of the coaches union, had to say, hey, you just brought this coach on and fired him. And he said, yeah, I know, we got a problem. LeBron wants to come back to Cleveland. This was like a last-minute decision. He's coming back to Cleveland. They worked out their differences, so we're going to have LeBron back in Cleveland. But he doesn't want to play for Coach Mike Brown. He played with him before. He's saying he don't want to do that again. He was like, well, we just hired this guy. How does that look that you're firing a black coach? He said, well, you can blame it on LeBron, but we hired the black coach. We didn't want to fire him, but LeBron doesn't really want to play for him. What are we going to do here? So you want the league to get involved? So the board of governors said, well, they just got to pay him out his contract. So Cleveland had to pay Mike Brown out his entire contract. That's why the NBA has a coaches union. So he got paid all of his money in his contract throughout the years. They didn't pay him in one lump sum. So it would be a huge cap hit against him. So they couldn't afford to go out and get another coach. So Doug Blatt was put in there as the head coach, playing for the bare minimum, coaching for the bare minimum. They go to the NBA Finals. They lose. And halfway in the season, him and LeBron have a powwow in the film room. He calls out LeBron in front of the players, which he thought was best for the team. They're number one in the East when this moment happens. Man, you're Adrian Griffin, don't you? Number one in the East. LeBron James has to endure this team being number one in the East. And he's in film study, and the guy is calling out players. And from the last game, Doug Blatt, being the coach he is, and he looked at LeBron and said, LeBron, what were you supposed to be doing right here? What were you supposed to be doing on this play right here? Why you didn't do that? You got to do this, LeBron. You got to do that. You're the leader of this team. You got to take charge. You got to communicate to him. You got to say that. How's he supposed to know, LeBron? LeBron took his headphones off, said, you talking to me? That's on me? Yeah, it's on you. You got to step up. You're the leader. You got to be a leader. Okay. All right. I ain't got to listen to this. Yes, you do. They had a big thing in front of everybody. Everybody's looking like, wow. And LeBron was like, he's like, I'm the coach. And he's like, all right. LeBron put his headphones on and said, all right, cool. You the coach? Yep. All right. Well, I'm going to talk to Griffin and we'll settle this. LeBron goes up there. That was the last time Doug Black was seen. Doug Black was fired for calling out LeBron James in a film room. They said, well, if you wanted to talk to LeBron feel like you should have talked to him in private. Why? They call out players in the film room. The whole team is in the film room. Going over film, they're showing what players need to be doing. Other players need to see LeBron James is just like one of them. Plus, they seeing what we're telling him about so that they can learn from it also. It's called a team. David Black, whatever. Black is now coaching some team in a country where I don't even know the language. Okay, David Black, my bad. Doug, David, Black. Don't matter. All that matters is Black was out, and it was because of LeBron James. They could change the narrative to whatever story they want to make in their head. At the end of the day, we all know it's from LeBron James. It's always been him. No, he complained in the back office about Ime Udoka and what he was saying. Man, he can't get in my face like that. He can't call me that on the court. And they were like, what do you want us to do, LeBron? What did you want them to do? See, this has been the problem for years. Most people don't get it. I get it, though. Some people don't really understand or get it. Now, let's get to the Los Angeles Lakers. Because they brought in Ty Lue. And since Ty Lue was his boy who he won a chip with, he couldn't fire Ty Lue. Because as soon as Ty Lue got there in that middle of that season, they won a championship that year with Ty Lue. So now he signs for 2 more years to see if he can go for a 3-peat. They lose to the Warriors in the finals that year. You can't fire Ty Lue after that. Then after the second year, LeBron's leaving anyway. He's not coming back to Cleveland. He's going to the Lakers. So now he can't. What's the point of firing Ty Lue? So you didn't fire him because he was your homeboy. You were trying to find a way to get him out of there before that even happened. Doing that last year. They were all blaming Lue. He ain't got no clue. So we all seen which way this was going. It's no mystery to any of us. The coaching carousel starts with you. He's always been the problem. Never the solution, always the problem.
Everybody know ain't no party like a Diddy party, so.
Yeah, that's what's up. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So when you start seeing that all the hair from the top of his head is growing out from his chin, and everything up top is going down, his brain must have dropped down in his stomach. Because there's no way in hell I'm going to sit up here and praise LeBron James for any of his activities when I've seen what he's doing off on the court and off the court.
Look how low he is going into Steph Curry, lowering the shoulder. That is a charge. And the foul is on Steph. Almost broke my TV. Are you telling me I need to root for that? He got no goddamn move. He got no move. He can't do nothing. Damn king.
He's not a king. Not close. Not at all. A farce. He didn't play varsity. He played varsity. He's not even close. Well, we all could sit there and come up with words to use to describe LeBron James in this coaching carousel, but he gets coaches. Not only does he get coaches fired, he causes so much chaos within the process. The Luke Walton situation was so awful. Mike Malone and the rest of these coaches can't stand LeBron. Coaches around the NBA hates his guts. This man got Paul Silas fired. When Paul Silas came in there and they said, well, Paul, we just think it's time for a change after all these years. First off, LeBron wouldn't speak in such tones. Then things started to go to his head and he had Paul Silas gone. But it was like Paul's old anyway. Now, Luke, who I didn't include in the pictures, I just said, let Luke go. You know, his dad just died. Forget it. But let's go on here with this whole layout. The Lakers said, well, let's bring Kareem in as a like mentor coach. This idea was bounced around. This was before he broke the record. They was like, well, LeBron's going to break the record in like 3-4 years. Maybe we should bring Kareem in as like an interim coach, you know, so that he'll be on the team when LeBron, like he gave LeBron. These things were talked about in bringing in LeBron to the Lakers. They wanted Magic and Kobe in on this nonsense. Kobe didn't want no parts of this. He said, give it to Rod. Magic was like, I'm the president. You're going to be the vice president. Jenny's finna run the show. And then, you know, she going to want your advice on stuff. No, I don't want no parts of this. Give it to Rod. And if y'all need my intake, y'all can just, you know, y'all can call me. And I'll tell you what I think. But I don't want my name on that. So Kareem, they were talking about paying Kareem a salary just to show up. And Kareem is like, my knees, I'm not going to be able to get on planes, go to game. They say, no, you'll just come to home games. You're only going to sit there and coach home games. You're just going to help LeBron. You don't travel with the team. You just here whenever the home games are. And he didn't want no parts of that. And I didn't blame him. Why would you want to be part of a farce? What's the point? Kareem Abdul-Jabbar turned that down. There's no way health-wise he wanted to do that. Luke Walton, who was the coach, never coached a game in his life. He was an assistant coach in Golden State. And then when Steve Kerr had his medical injury, he was the coach and they were winning the games. Everybody's thinking it's because of Luke Walton. Are you crazy? I could have coached the goddamn Golden State Warriors. Like, are you serious? I think anybody in this chat could have coached that Golden State Warriors team. What you gonna tell them? They already know what they doing. They know what they doing. You credit this man coaching 25 games in a fill-in spot, but you see the way they played when Luke Walton was coaching. Coaches get fired every day in the NBA. That has nothing to do with LeBron. An NBA coaching job lasts 1 to 2 years. Lie. Let me tell you about the NBA coaching job. The NBA coaching job lasts 1 to 2 years if you're black. What white coaches are getting fired in 1 year? Fogel. Now, let me tell you the scenario here. Because I told you, Darvin Ham's family does. We've been knowing D Ham his entire life. Well, since high school. Now, he graduated with my cousin. You all know that. He is a member of the Saginaw STEM. Just like us. He bleeds Saginaw. Now, after they come out with this whole process, like I told you, there is a players union. Now, the way Luke Walton was fired, Mike Malone, Brendan Malone is very good friends with the Walton family. They speak, they're in very good, correlation with each other. He thought Bill Walton should have coached basketball, but he just likes to work on fundamentals, don't really want to be a coach. Possess a lot of skills for big men. LeBron did get Vogel fired, but we're going to talk about Phoenix fired Vogel too. The guy sucks. No, he doesn't. I will explain the two situations, and I'm glad you brought that up. You just fast forward us, but we'll get there. Now, let's stay with Luke Walton. Now, Luke Walton is beloved because Bill Walton is, in as far as the UCLA, the basketball community, everything, he's part of the Laker circle. So Bill Walton, Luke Walton, that's part of, they're like family to Dr. Buss, the family, everything. So Luke Walton being the head coach and Luke is going to be fired. That's not going to look well. One girl tried to accuse Luke Walton of sexual assault and everything. Did y'all remember that? Did anybody remember that? Most of you probably didn't. A woman said Luke forced her into a hotel, all this stuff. A media woman. And Luke still kept his job while he was coach of the Los Angeles Lakers. This came out. Do you know how quickly they hushed that? Well, just so I can help you guys out, I will bring it up for you to see. Luke Walton said the suit was ludicrous, and he addressed it only one time. But I think it's only fair that we show you. Woman drops sexual assault suit against now the Kings coach, Luke Walton. When he was coach of the Lakers, it was brought up. But Kelly Tennant, right, as you can see right there, in 2014, she said this happened. They confirmed that this was a dismissal as of Thursday. Now, why did this come up while he was coach of the Los Angeles Lakers? Because they had to try to think of a reason to get rid of him. The NBA launched a joint investigation into the allegations, right? And found out that there was nothing there, and they made this woman get rid of this lawsuit and go away. Water under the bridge. So I want y'all to understand something here. These things is nothing. That's why the Lakers let him go. Nah. The Lakers wanted to have a reason. The Lakers did a transition. He wasn't even fired. He basically was let go or traded to the Kings. And they found and acquired a job for him. They fired the Kings coach for no reason. They were like, well, we ain't going nowhere anyway with this coach. He's about to be at the end of his deal. Let's get rid of him and bring in Luke Walton. The Kings are like a feeder system for the Lakers. The Lakers is like, look, take him off our hands. We'll help out with the first year of his contract. All of this is behind the doors. This is why the NBA Coaches Union is there. They have their buddies. Bill Walton is a great friend of the coaching union. So they made sure they took care of Luke. That's what this is about. This is a power struggle. But now it's spiraling out of control. And the reason it's spiraling out of control is because you got people like Lebron James. Now he's created this spoiled, entitled behavior of this is how you could treat a coach any which way you want. You could have your coach do this, do that. He created this narrative. They got rid of Luke Walton, and it was like, who are we going to get to replace him and bring in the coach LeBron? LeBron didn't want an experienced coach. He wanted a lame duck coach. LeBron was going to be the guy that coached the team. Running the plays he want to run. They ran the same exact plays. Luke Walton was there. They ran those same plays. They never stood a chance. Bringing in Fogel was the best thing for LeBron because he's a lame duck coach. He's a glorified assistant. And the fact that he's not a good head coach, probably, but he's a great assistant coach. So the thing about Fogel is the fact is he can control the bench. He's not going to get up and down. He knows how to coach the game, but he doesn't know how to manage or work referees. He don't know or have the respect to be able to command the authority on the court. He doesn't possess that. But he's perfect for LeBron because LeBron's attitude, he's going to cower down and not upset the apple cart. Hit the like button, y'all. I know y'all just got here. Some of y'all been here for a minute. Hit the like button up. Now, whenever the issue comes up, LeBron changes the narrative and say, oh, I'm not firing all these coaches. LeBron's not doing that. All of these narratives come back to play. Then you said, well, why did he get fired in Phoenix? Fogel's just bad. Fogel was never really the coach they needed anyway. That fit was not going to work with Kevin Durant, Bradley Beal, and Devin Booker. He can't control the mindset of what's going on out there. He's out of his element. His best bet is to coach a team like the Indiana Pacers or OKC Thunder, or any of these teams with massive personalities or massive superstars. He cannot coach that. It's hard for him. He's not capable of being a head coach for a team like that. He's a, come on, guys, all in together. Let's go. Come on, we can do this. That's Fogel's job. Yes, I know I call him Fogel from Superbad. That's what I've always called him, and he's always going to be Fogel. Oh, Can't Man talking about me again? Are you serious? Now, yeah, that was crazy. Now, yeah, it was so much stress playing for the Cavs at that time, but that's a whole nother story. Now, we're going on to here. So at this time, they were talking about bringing Mike Brown back to the Lakers. Because, see, the Lakers was paying Mike Brown because he got fired after basically coaching Kobe Bryant for a lengthy of games, and Kobe Bryant wanted to choke and kill Mike Brown. So they had to get Mike Brown out of there effective immediately. He was not going to coach another game with Kobe Bryant on that court. Now, there's a difference there. You got to know your place. Kobe Bryant is somebody that's hard to coach also. And he's not going to take a coach taking a lame duck approach to closing out basketball games. No, he just had a different view of a approach of handling these type of situations, if I could get anybody for any length of time to explain scenarios and situations, why is no one considering Mark Jackson? Well, it's because you're looking at a situation where they trying the coaches union and the NBA players union don't want these situations happening again. And they probably going to talk to Mark. But I think the NBA is at a point where they're tired of people asking them about it. And the people that govern this sport, well, you can see where it's going with the Rainbow Coalition. Now, you're right. The Mickey Mouse ring they got in 2021 didn't mean anything. We all know that. So now Fogel's gone. They don't hire Mike Brown. Mike Brown go to the Kings because Luke Walton eventually gets fired because they're not doing anything with Luke. So his contract is up. They have Mike Brown. The Lakers want to bring back Mike Brown because Mike Brown was with Golden State getting paid. So he was getting paid from the Cleveland Cavaliers. The Los Angeles Lakers had to pay him out his contract. So he has two contracts he's being paid out for millions and millions of dollars. And he's the assistant coach in Golden State, winning championships. Now, he takes the Kings job because LeBron refuses to have Mike Brown coach him again. So this is the second time he's rejected Mike Brown coming over being the coach for the Los Angeles Lakers. They had no idea LeBron would be just out of it. This would have saved the Lakers tons of money. The Lakers did not want anything to do. They didn't know anything about, like, is there bad blood? LeBron just said, hey, it's not bad blood. It's just that he's coached me already. I feel like I'm past that. I need somebody else that could challenge me. It's a lie, but, that's what he told them. He needed another coach. He has no beef with Mike Brown. He's just saying, I've been there, done that. So you tried to get Ime Udoka fined or reprimanded for talking to you face-to-face last season with the Houston Rockets. And saying that he can't come up in your face. He didn't come up in your face. He was where he was supposed to be. You walked up to him. You was where you weren't supposed to be. But don't go complaining to the league office about Ime Udoka. The NBA Coaches Union didn't like that very much, LeBron. And Mike Malone didn't like it at all. So you know what the NBA Coaches Union said? They said, look, nobody coach LeBron. If anybody, they start offering you, don't take it. The NBA Coaches Union is freezing you out. Nobody's running to that job. No experienced head coaches is going to that job, going to the slaughter. The Coaches Union has had enough of you. So no experienced coaches want to coach you whatsoever, no matter the money. This is why they have a coaches union. So make sure coaches are not disrespected in such a way. Now, Darvin Ham signed an extension. So he has to be paid out 2 more years of his contract because the union, they made sure they negotiated that for Darvin Ham. Darvin Ham, the Lakers have to pay him out 2 more years. So you can't go out and get a big name coach and pay him big dollars. You can't. You got to get another lame duck coach to come in here and play for the Lolo, LeBron. Now, everybody's saying it's JJ Redick. People told me, like, it ain't JJ. But he's saying it wouldn't surprise him either if it's JJ. I hope they get JJ Redick. Because then we're going to see how fast that podcast dissipates. Because now this puts him in a rock and a hard spot. Because he's like, yeah, LeBron, you're his friend. But let's see what happens when it ain't going your way and they got to interview JJ. We're going to see how JJ reports. We're going to see how he breaks it down now when he's got to go in front of the media and explain the game. And now what's that outlook for the team when you got a guy who's just been playing for 28 months coming on the team and he's just a LeBron James kiss-up guy? And then you're in year 41, buddy. You're getting older. Your body's taking more of a beating, and you're not the same guy anymore. Now, everybody know that you're the mastermind behind these coaching decisions. But then you send a clutch sports person, a guy who you brought into ESPN, Brian Windhorse. You bring him into it. Why do you think they leaked out that information that Rich Paul inquired about mentioning LeBron James' name in the MVP race? Why do you think that came out? Because they're tired of LeBron James behind the scenes controlling the narratives and sending his minions and pundits to do his dirty work. He wasn't nowhere in hell near an MVP candidate last year. But anyway, I digress. Playing 21 years and 8 coaches, finna be 9. You know, Darvin Ham's dismissal, 2 years in charge. And everybody's trying to say it wasn't because he didn't see well with him. He didn't see well with the whole team. It was everybody didn't want him. Austin Reeves didn't want him there. Who? Austin Reeves? A guy who wasn't even drafted in the league got a problem with Darvin Ham? Who gives a damn about Austin Reeves? Austin Reeves just doing what LeBron wants him to do. Show him up on the court, walk away while the play's being called, everything. Brian Windhorse went to promote JJ Redick. He's a 15-year NBA veteran, and he's one of the league's brightest basketball minds. And in this running league he's got the Charlotte Hornets thing opening up, which the Hornets already went another way. Nonetheless, his connections and with LeBron James is, those two minds. If I watch that podcast, so now a podcast is going to determine who is the head coach of a basketball team. What about the coaching process? See, the NBA Coaches Union is against it. They're against JJ Redick walking in, being a head coach. So they're like, you know what? Screw it. Nobody go over there. And I like it. Don't let any of our coaches go over there to be humiliated by coaching LeBron James for 2-3 years and they're going to be fired. So if you want a 2-3 year job where you're going to be fired, the Lakers' job is open. So the NBA Coaches Union is telling these guys, look, stay away. Let the Lakers do their own thing. If they want to create a coach and stick them over there, let them do it. So digging up JJ Redick might be the last-ditch effort when he wasn't even supposed to be on there because he's never been an assistant coach. He's only coached his son's AAU basketball team, AAU team. That's it. He's been in a chair critiquing the game. You bet off making Tim Lechner, whatever his name, Lechner. You get him. He knows X and O's. Hell, he played in the 80s and 90s. He knows X and O's too. Every point guard knows X and O's. You think this is alien? Oh, Rondo is smart. Oh, Rondo could be the new head coach. Who would hire Rondo as the head coach after damn near pulling guns out on his baby mom, all kind of criminal stuff he got going on? And y'all even just throwing that all away. Rondo's in court every week for something crazy. And didn't I tell you he was going to bring this chaos to the Los Angeles Lakers? I told you. I told you he was going to bring this 6 years ago when I said this guy is going to tear down the entire NBA. Oh, no, D. Ham used to dunk on dudes on the high school court. I wasn't going to be under the rim. He was Showtime. Well, his time in LA will be short because Rondo ain't going to take nothing from LeBron. Now, but when you start talking about that and you get everybody on there, you got to look at his lack of coaching experience. Everybody is a bright basketball mind, but you don't know it, but you don't just stick them in a head coaching position because they can write some X and O's, and he can't even write X and O's right. You got fans correcting him online. He don't even write X and O's. He just write X's. It's like, dude, what he was like, oh, well, I teach AAU, and yeah, I remember in pros you got to write X and O's. He's not even writing the plays right. But you can write something down all you want. That doesn't mean anything. The players that you're talking to have to understand it. And if they don't understand it, it's not going to work. You think the coach don't know what he's talking about? You just think everybody, all these coaches are just stupid. No, you got a player who wouldn't allow Darvin Ham to coach. That's the truth.
LeBron James wouldn't allow Darvin Ham to coach the team. Would not allow it. How many times did a play was called, LeBron didn't like, and said, man, we ain't running that. We running this. And then when it works, it's all him. Oh, no. And he called this. I waved that off. No, I said, no, we're doing this. How many times did he do that? LeBron told you this on the podcast with him and JJ. The Clipper come back from behind in the fourth quarter. Oh, it worked. That's me. They got him on tape saying, F that play. Remember he was mic'd up? No, F that play. I'm running this. So how's it falls? Terrence, come on now. We've all seen it. Everybody in this chat didn't see this. This stuff that's actually documented. It's out there. Darvin Ham was not allowed to coach the game the way he wanted to. Sitting down with the Lakers team staff and the coaches, who they love Darvin Ham because he's part of the Lakers organization. The coaches, everybody there loved Darvin Ham. Here's the problem. The Lakers need a superstar. And Anthony Davis isn't it. Oh, absolutely. Here's the problem with LeBron. If something doesn't go his way, he cannot accept responsibility, even when accepting responsibility. He gonna say, oh yeah, against Dallas, man, yeah, I played like crap. But man, you look at that team, you see what they had, and we didn't have all the right pieces that year to win it all. You know, we just need some more pieces. It's like he's once again making an excuse while trying to take responsibility. You either do one or the other, LeBron. You don't just come out and say, I'm going to throw y'all under the bus. Exactly. Of course they carried him because this is the narrative. They can't have the narrative change. Right. Now, that's going to raise everybody's eyebrows is how can JJ Redick, a white guy, go right to the pinnacle and skip the process line just like they did with Steve Nash and become a head coach? What does this look like for black coaches? They can't just skip the line. So now all this speculation begins to grow that LeBron is scheming to get Ham fired. Right? He was scheming the whole time to get him fired out of LA so he could have a chance to hire his friend, JJ Redick. And then that's when Windhorse, no. I mean, no, there's no way. You know, LeBron James typically doesn't engage with coaching candidates unless his team
hires them. It's a complete lie. You think there's no way in hell you hire a new coach on a team, Brian Warhol. You're never going to do that in life. I'm just letting y'all know. If you have a player on a team that is a superstar, you're not going to hire them on the team and not talk to the star player. The star player has to give his input. They went in before they hired Steve Nash. They had to get that approved with Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant. KD said, well, I remember him in Golden State. He was like helping me out with my shot. Other than that, that was it. So that was the case. So that's the point. The whole point was that. Oh, you know, like I said, I got to support my brother Solomon Hill. All right. He was just playing good defense. It ain't his fault LeBron can't move his feet. I believe we were right here, if I'm not mistaken. Somewhere close, but yeah. I think we were like right here or something. I think we was right here. I do the reenactment. But we were like right here. I was like, shouts out to my brother Solomon Hill. Hey, he was just playing good defense. If anybody know what I'm talking about, they'll remember this. Shouts out to my brother Solomon Hill. He was just playing good defense. It ain't his fault LeBron James can't move his feet. I support my brother Solomon Hill, baby. He was just out there playing defense. It ain't his fault LeBron can't move his feet. It ain't his fault. It ain't his fault. LeBron James can't move his feet. Salute my brother Solomon Hill. Salute my brother. I'm in much better shape than I was then when I made that, but I salute my brother Solomon Hill. He was just playing good defense. Ain't his fault. LeBron can't move his feet. Oh man, we went back to Laker Man. See, y'all gotta be back. We had Laker Man. Yeah, Laker Man was great. Yeah, Laker Man. Oh, let me see. I think this is the exact moment. It was like right there. I support my brother Solomon Hill, baby. He was just out there playing defense. It ain't his fault LeBron can't move his feet. Right spot, right? We in the right spot. We're in the exact spot. Oh, but back to this though. So what they tried to do was create a narrative to make it look like Darvin Ham was losing the team. So that was on LeBron. LeBron's trying to create this narrative that, oh, they're losing the team. This guy don't know what he's doing. He's completely out of his element. All of these things, right? And because they kept doing that and running the same narrative over and over again, it became I want to get him out of here so I could bring in a guy that I want in here. JJ, smart. He see the game like me. No, you're dumb. JJ knows you're dumb. You just agree with a lot of this stuff. He knows the plays you don't even know because you don't even run it. He was trying to tell you was stupid on the show and being funny about doing that because he's trying to show that, oh, I don't just cater to LeBron because everybody like, you just glaze LeBron. So he wanted to show LeBron he don't glaze him. Like, you never run this play anyway. And LeBron was like, look, I'm going to give you one. But that's all I'm going to give you now. I'm going to give you one. You did that once. Now, I ain't going to let a lot of these go, but one is enough. No. The problem with the Los Angeles Lakers is simple. The problem is LeBron James. And that's never going to change. He can only play one way. What Darvin Ham wanted to do was play with pace. When he first got the Lakers job, he says, we got to play fast. Everybody in the NBA is playing fast. We're playing at a slow pace. Teams that play at a slow pace is not winning NBA championships. You got to be able to play with speed. He said, Luka Doncic came in the league, the Dallas Mavericks, look at them. They were playing slow. For Luka's sake, they slowed the game down. It was one of the slowest teams in the NBA. You're not going to win a team championship like that. They got active guys that could run and get up and down the floor. Now they play a lot faster. And Luka don't have to move that fast, but everybody else is flying. Now you got Lively, you got all these guys that can fly. Let them run up and down with pace. This is the way he wanted the Lakers to be with LeBron. LeBron don't want to come down in his minutes. He's 39 years old playing damn near 39 minutes. They wanted LeBron to be at 25 minutes a game so that in the playoffs, you can still have some energy. LeBron's like, I can't get my stats like that. No. First, he agrees. The whole Laker organization said, oh, that's great. Yes. LeBron playing less minutes. That's what we need. You know, this is going to save him down the stretch. Because when he came in, LeBron was coming off injuries. Injuries. That's what he was coming off of. Him being injured, his ankle was a mess. He couldn't play. He was injured when they hired him. So they didn't know how long LeBron was going to be going anyway because of his injuries. And AD is always hurt. So to preserve the game and preserve them from getting hurt, he's saying, let's let LeBron play less minutes. That didn't happen in season one. They went to the Western Conference Finals and lost. They had a meeting saying, okay, LeBron, we're going to cut your minutes down to 25. We're doing this. We're going to have you play less minutes. LeBron was like, all right, cool. So it started off. LeBron was playing about 28, 30 minutes a game. They were like, okay, Lakers are playing faster. LeBron's playing less minutes. That lasted about a week. LeBron's kicking it right back up, 35 minutes, 36 minutes. He's got to play those minutes because he can't get his points and his stats if he's not playing those minutes. He needs it. He's not the kind of guy that could be productive in short bursts. He's not that guy. You ever notice how everybody is damn near scoring 30 points a game and LeBron's struggling to get 24? And he's on the court 39 damn minutes and can't get nothing but like 24 points a game? What's up, Giz? No. Do you think Luka Doncic or Joker cares about the MVP award? They really don't. Joker don't really care about that at all. Joker cares about, are we going to win the championship? Because I want to go home to my horses. He loved the horses more than anything. He want to go do that. So no, they called LeBron James out on his bull because the coaches union has had enough. I don't blame them. Why would you want to be a part of something like that? Every time you turn around, there's a new narrative. So now they want to blame, let's blame Anthony Davis. AD don't want him here either. Since when? They made Anthony Davis get mad at him. Anthony Davis had to get mad at him. That's the new narrative. Anthony Davis don't want him here either. It wasn't just LeBron James. Anthony Davis didn't want the guy. What were we supposed to do? And we're right back at the same problem that we've had from day one. What's the common denomination here? LeBron James. It's almost cringeworthy. This style is not leading to success. It's leading to dog and pony show. Something he's been a part of his entire NBA career. Every time somebody stood up to him, things had to happen. Magic Johnson said, all right, well, let's fire Luke then. LeBron wants Luke gone. What's the problem? Magic, you know Bill Walton and Luke and family here. I mean, yeah, well, we gave the kid a chance, but what we going to do, lose LeBron? That was Magic's whole thing, was keep it simple. And Magic and the people in the front office who really don't like Magic, some of Jenny's friends, and they're not coming from a basketball world at all. They thought they could disrespect Magic Johnson and trying to condescend him and just like he's just the face, the poster boy. Like we're the one that's really making decisions and he's really think he's making decisions. And so when Magic was just going to fire him because he was the president, they were like, oh, no, you just the president in name. Oh, he was like, oh, I am? I don't have to fire nobody then. Well, then, hell, I don't want this job. So that's it. He's like, I ain't got no power here. I might as well go. LeBron was looking at it like, damn, he gone? He didn't even let me know. And LeBron felt like I should have got a call. I shouldn't get blindsided by the media telling me that Magic Johnson just walked in and quit. Now all the cameras is on me, and I look dumb because I don't know what's going on in the organization. Why are the Lakers doing this? I'm going to tell you why the Lakers are doing this. The Lakers are basically holding on. They're holding on because Jenny is losing power. Her brother is pushing to get the team back, trying to get people to get the team back to him. Jenny needs the Lakers to be in the playoffs. They're one of the last family-owned businesses. Like family-owned teams. Like the family owns it. Ballmer is a billionaire outside of basketball. The Lakers make their money through the Lakers, the Buss family. You saw how they had to come up. The Lakers had to be successful in order for this team to thrive. Dr. Bus risked everything, did all kind of illegal deals to keep everything afloat. Now, as I sit before you today, I have constantly been reminded that there are people out there who want to see LeBron James fail. Nobody greater than me. And the reason why I want to see LeBron James fail so much is because this way, this attitude, this thing that he has brought to the NBA needs to fail. It's what ruined the league. Everybody see LeBron do it, they're going to want to do it too. LeBron James want to bring all his friends to a team and all that, and if he don't like it, nah, I'm out. Now everybody else do it, it's a problem. I finally admitted, of course I want to see him fail. I want to see him fail I don't want to see him pass the goddamn driver's test. I don't want LeBron James failing at everything. I want him to fail because he's supposed to fail. This type of entitlement, this type of nonsense he got with the league and all this garbage, he deserves to fail. If he failed the driver's test, he gonna say that the test driver was racist and all kind of stuff and start a movement. So they just hand him a driver's license. That's type of entitlement. That kind of nonsense right there. Because he's trying to cheat the system and shortcut the system. So his failure is what we root for. We root for we root against shortcut takers. We haven't even mentioned the EPO, the steroid rumors. That he hasn't come out and said one word about, never denied it. Never denied it. Never answered the question, and they never brought it in front of him. And they can't say it didn't come from anybody credible because the guy said me and him got the same guy. So, Ime Udoka, you couldn't deal with him. The Luke Walton sex scandal. Mm-hmm. Paul Silas came there to mentor LeBron James. They said we needed a veteran coach who can mentor LeBron. We didn't need a young coach. LeBron came in 2003, right? Brendan Malone was his coach after that. he became the interim coach. So if you want to call the interim coach, head coach for LeBron, cool. So Brendan Malone was his coach too, because he became the interim coach. But his dismissal, it was like 18 games left, and they was clinging on to the 5th spot in the Eastern Conference. All right. LeBron James seemed to have been the only player who saw this move coming, because Paul Silas decided LeBron's been in the league 2 years and he's making mistakes defensively. I'm calling his ass out on it. And he called him out on it and said, we're losing these games because you're risking and gambling with your athleticism. Move your goddamn feet. Now, I'm going to tell you something that a lot of people don't know this unless you knew coaches. He told him, move your goddamn feet. Get in between that player right there. Use your hips. Do the things that we went over in practice. So Brendan Malone, Mike Malone's father, was appointed the interim coach, right? Now, he's a Paul Silas guy. Coach Silas and all these guys, like the Malones. So Michael Malone's father, Brendan Malone, he was appointed to be the interim coach of LeBron James. And they were in the 5th spot in the East. But LeBron even said it himself, if you don't believe me. In a direct quote, LeBron said you could kind of tell the way the air was, how things were going around here, there were going to have to be a change. I didn't know it was going to be this soon. That's the only thing he would say. Now, Jim Paxson was the general manager, and he just got the new owner, which was Dan Gilbert, who just took over the team. And Steven Silas, who was Paul Silas' son, who was his assistant under him, both of them got fired together. So Brendan Malone took over the team, right? And he said, I'm still in shock about what happened. And he said, this is a tough situation. That's his friend. Paul Silas is his friend. And seeing what happened with Brendan Malone, who just filled in the spot and took over to the end of the season, well, we all know how that went. So Mike Malone, who's now a head coach in the NBA for the Denver Nuggets, he despises LeBron James. So you already know what this is. He already knows what this is. LeBron had his people contact the league office, meaning his representatives, Rich Paul, contact the league office to say, why is Ime Udoka allowed to do what he just did? What if he put his hands on LeBron? We got to have, he's got to be like, you guys got to find him. You got to, like, what are you talking about? He didn't run up on LeBron James. That was the lie they tried to create, this narrative. He got in the face of LeBron James. No head coach should get in the face. LeBron walked over to him. He walked over to Ime Udoka, then wants to have his guys complain to the league office. These are the narratives I'm talking about, people. Exactly. He brought his son on to be his assistant because they fired Steven Silas right along with Paul Silas. And all of them were friends. So he neutralizes NBA coaches. And you got his son fired in the process. Then they brought in the Malones just to fire them too. So they were just to fill out the rest of the season. So Mike Malone don't like LeBron. He's been around him. He doesn't like him. And this was in 2005. He's been in the league 2 years. And it's already happening. They said, we felt like if we didn't make this decision right now, we were jeopardizing our ability to be in the playoffs this year. We're 64 games into the season and we still don't have a consistent rotation, substitution pattern, those type of things. We didn't see that changing. Now, Dan Gilbert had just bought the team 3 weeks before Paul Silas was fired. And he said Paul Silas was not creating the best environment for his players. Once he started to call LeBron James out, that was it. Now, Eric Snow and him got into it. And he got him off the bench after they had words in the middle of the Pistons game. And said, you know what? You off the bench. And that shocked the whole team because Eric Snow was like a leader of the team. But when Paul Silas see you ain't doing something, he going to hold you accountable. And he got fined $10,000 for the team for a derogatory comment they made about Carlos Boozer. Yeah, he got on Booze. So all of this saying that, well, the game has passed Paul by. He can't relate to these young players. They're too super sensitive to his style of coaching. Well, I would love to hear what Kwame Brown has to say about all this. Because that was Kwame's coach. Well, they had one of the reserves, Scott Williams, come out and talk. Now, Scott Williams was saying, like, there was a change in their style and swagger. You know, he said people would tell us that they didn't know what to do. They was thinking too much and playing too tight. And they was like, well, Paul Silas is 61. You know, you had 16 years as a player. You coached all over the world. It's probably time to just hang up the coaching banner. They hired him to be LeBron's coach to steer him through the NBA and instruct him. And Paxson said, well, I felt there was a lot of standing around for the other players and watching LeBron. LeBron is a passer first, but he became more of a shooter, and that hurts our team.
This is what the general manager said now. There was a lot of standing around watching LeBron. LeBron is a passer first. And when he has to become more of a shooter, that hurts our team. It hurts our team for LeBron James to be shooting the basketball. So everybody's just standing around. When he tried to tell Pat Riley who to hire and who to fire, that's not your job. And when she realized his power was not going to work with Pat Riley, oh no, that 4 years, he was gone. If they didn't win those 2 championship seasons, he was not coming back to Miami because the power dynamic was not going to change. The power dynamic was going to remain the same. Pat Riley way, and there's no other way. They keep changing NBA rules just for LeBron James. Now they're trying to take away the pick and roll off screens, back cut screens, everything. They've taken a lot of that out of there because they don't want guys in the paint clogging the lanes. If you clog the lanes up, how can LeBron barrel over people and get layups? It's not going to happen. So LeBron is playing to his ability because he can score on a point guard, some 19, 20-year-old kid who's just coming into the league, and LeBron want to run over him with his overgrown self, who should be sitting on the couch watching his sons play. He wants to get out there and play. No, I want to play too. Because he's addicted to the spotlight. He can't let it go. He don't know what he would be if he didn't have it. He want to comment on WNBA. Do you go to a WNBA game, LeBron? Talking about some, man, they need to just shut the F up. All them people out there. No, you need to shut the F up. And that's why I'm glad I keep roasting you on Twitter. Every time you open your mouth and say something stupid, I'm going to be right there to close it. It's just like I said, LeBron, shut your mouth when you talking to me. He's a known liar and a master manipulator too. But don't tell no lies on me, and I won't tell truth about you. Yeah, he doing it for likes and digital hugs. But let it get shaky. I'll park you, son. Right, exactly. How many more fairy tales about your life until we had enough? How many more goddamn photographs you gonna take with rap groups to try to prove that you're black enough? You know you gonna bring back Puff. Let me see if Rich Paul really crashed something.
Everybody Everybody know ain't no party like a Diddy party, so.
Yeah, that's what's up. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Right. You know you gonna bring back Puff. We gonna see Rich Paul really crash something. Your first one's like the last one. V12, you getting tickets for going 120 miles. Yeah, it's a fast one. Boom, 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 last one. Headshots of the year. Oh, man. LeBron, we ain't with the lame shit. Only you like being famous. I don't care about all them posts with you and them white celebrities. I don't give a fuck about who you hang with. I hate the way you talk, the way you play. I hate the way that you tweet. I hate the way you say the name Kobe. But that's just me, I guess. Some things just cringeworthy. He's just a diva, I guess. Everything about me is blessed. Everything about me is success. Keep keeping yourself quiet, working with your kids, and it won't be no threat. I know they call you the boy, but where's the man? We ain't seen him yet. I ain't even bleed him yet. Can I bleed him? Bad. When I see you there with math cards, I believe y'all think y'all too sexy, bitch. I believe y'all don't like women. Y'all probably sit there and pop ass with them. Oh, man. Not like that. You ain't like that record? Oh, what? You ain't like that record? Oh, man, I can do this all day long. I might do that song on the Patreon. I might flip that for the Patreon. Right, because I'm just doing it right here. So it's real easy to flip those lyrics to LeBron James. It's real easy because he fits the same narrative as Drake. That's why they friends. Same type of line about their history, they past, everything's a lie. Mm-hmm. Oh, it's gone downhill now. I don't know. Somebody just tried to send me something that was crazy. Oh no. Nah, that's just it. So when you get to this whole coaching carousel, the NBA coaches union, they're basically keeping all their coaches away from the Lakers job. Saying, look, don't even fall for it. Meet the James. Dear LeBron. They do meet the James. Oh, no, it started off with, dear Bronny, I wish your daddy was honest and told you about all of the things he did in his policies. All the shortcuts he took it to be success. You didn't ever have a chance. He put you to the test. Since you was 5, he gave you a basketball. Wouldn't let you go with your friends. Wouldn't take you to the mall. Wouldn't let you be a real young kid. You understand the house. Watch highlights of him. Now you can't go out unless you learn about these plays. He wants you to be a basketball player in the worst way. I don't even understand it. When he got $1 billion, he gonna like, man, Bronny got to make his own million. Your daddy's real selfish, very frugal, don't like people. He only wanted to control them. That's why he even had you. Now he got Bryce, and he didn't even marry your mother until she was about to get pregnant again. So he said, as a cover, I think I need to do this. They got a business deal. They signed that contract. They didn't care about it for real. I hope you understand this and become a success. And hopefully he don't endanger your health. Meet the James. Dun, 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 dun. Dear Bryce, I saw you on the court. You're growing up kind of nice. You got a nice head on your shoulders and you're really smart. If basketball ain't your part and in your heart, don't listen to your dad say you need to do this and respect your art and your craft. Don't really make me laugh when you start to get arrogant and try to go crazy. And out there talking to your mom like you lazy. Don't want to clean your room up, giving her the attitude. But Bronny getting on the press, so that take all of the stress off of you, and you're allowed to be a boy. But now it's going to be hard to be a man because this dude is obsessed. Your father is a narcissist. He wants you to be in the league with him too. He started it. He just making an excuse because he don't want to retire. He don't want to lead the limelight, saying he going to leave, but he's a liar. The man's playing longer than he should. This man is not even respected in none of his neighborhoods. Nobody have any history of him. He's a punk. Used to sell weed for his uncles in the park. He's never going to talk about all the stuff he did in the dark. That's something else that you're going to have to hear from the start. One day when you get older and you can understand your dad is not a boulder, he's a pebble. Meet the James. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Dear Savannah, I don't know what made you get into this situation, but I understood for you, your whole family is patient. They come for business relations, and everybody knew how this was going to be playing. You knew about all the women he was messing with. I'm glad you got in that contract. If he give you a disease, he has to settle it. He got to pay for all his things and all infidelities. You make sure that paperwork is notarized and accessory. The marriage was going smooth. Well, not really, truthfully. Y'all split up a couple times, but don't nobody know it really. I know all about all the women and all the payments. And everybody know that Carcito is on the level. So you can tell him that he signed that deal with the devil. Just hopefully you don't end up going somewhere in a shovel in the backyard. Somebody in a car accident or some tragedy. Just play your role. Do not look at Zach LaVine. Do not give him no eye. Look down at the floor and then make up some lie saying you didn't see him, but you know it wasn't cool because you know that narcissist will damn well lose his cool. He don't really respect you. I got some space in the house. You could bring the kids here too. Just gotta watch their mouth. They can't talk to me, especially when I'm making my videos. And LeBron can't come over here either to see him. They can meet at Zupo's. Meet the James. Dear LeBron, you're nothing but a master manipulator and a liar. A punk. Your whole game is like Omar from The Wire is all gay. You a gay killer. You ain't nothing real, nigga. You been to fake everybody. Fake Jordan, fake Kobe, fake everything you ever seen in your life. You ain't never been an NBA ball player. You disrespectful. I don't like the way you do coaches. I don't like the way you talk. I don't like the way you look. I don't like the way you cook. I don't like the way you shook. And on every game you done lost for the Lakers, you disgraced the organization. You jealous of Kobe Bryant's legacy. You want to replace it, but you can't because you ain't man enough. You ain't even better than Shaq or Michael Thompson. You out there looking like Charles Bronson on the court, 85 years old and still trying to do a death wish. But this is your last trick. You're going to be embarrassed. All these new players is coming over here and they just not caring about you being under the rim, not moving. They dunking over you, looking at you in disgrace like, what is you proving? Just disgracing your legacy because it's all false. It's fabricated. And everybody out there who's glad you made it, they gonna fall too because they can't cover the lies. The stench of your failed success is gonna die on the court when everybody pass you up. You will never be Michael Jordan, Isaiah Thomas. They just pipe you up and make you believe that you're better than what you are. Stop the praising. It's nothing but glazing. He's done. Meet the James. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. There you go. Meet the James. Did I deliver? Oh, man. Meet the James. Freestyle right off the dome. $300 bars and flopping. Oh, man. The sound effect. Oh, man. Yeah, man. I got to roll, though. This has been fun. Shouts out to Kwame Brown, Bus Life, Ticket TV, The Dreamers Pro, everybody. I'm out.